You're on camera.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we're on live and we're cooking, and I'm hoping people back home are picking us up as the Hawks hit the ice in the camos. So the only thing that's odd with this camera angle, of course, is stuff down here.
Yeah.
How much you really want to angle up and down, it's not that important. Even if we miss right below us, I mean, we have the general everything as far as the rest of the corners. Hard part for you is, and you go where I am, I'll be over here, is it's a smaller viewing screen on this delivery for you to visualize, but it's not the whole iPad. But other than that, it's all good. So
Now, how do you
can't complain.
that?
It's already turned on. Let me get, this is where I need to put in, I got that. Where's my settings? Down here. Here it is, scoreboard. So display scoreboard. I gotta change this. Reset. I gotta figure out how to change my display. That's where I can't change that. That's what I need to figure out, is how do I change my scoreboard? Maybe it's here. No, we want that. I don't want CC Bruins. How do I go in and timer? Bear with me, folks. Start, stop. Here we go. Logo, photo library, Valley Forge. That would be much better. Change. Oh no, I gotta still. How'd I get in there, dude?
So you said edit properties?
Yeah, it might have been it. Okay. Name. DFC. Good picture sound. Thanks, Travis. I'm still trying to get oh, hey, I got things up. We're not in overtime. We are in regular. So, period. Where's my period properties? Period 1. I think we're good. Travis says good picture and sound. We're happy.
Nice.
We got the right scoreboard up. We got the right info up. And the Hawks are ready to rock and roll. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in from beautiful Iceline Arena in Westchester, PA, as the Hawks kick off the season here in their first Atlantic Hockey Federation showcase, lining up here against the Valley Forge Colonials, who, according to Coach Lee, perennially a very solid hockey club. And Hawks looking to jump off and find a good start to a new season. They had a couple of nice little games against the Cherry Creek Bruins, so they're not completely stone cold on the ice. They played a couple of games worth. But obviously now looking to what they would consider the home opener, the season opener here against Valley Forge. And this showcase in Westchester, Hawks will have minimum 4 games, 3 games in round robin, and then depending on your seeding, top 4 teams make it to the semifinal bracket, and the winners of the semifinals play in the championship game in the afternoon on Sunday. So we could get a maximum of 5 games. 4th game, if we do not make the championship round, then the 4th game's a consolation round and we're done Sunday morning. So we will have a game Sunday morning regardless, but The first 3 games are listed on the YouTube page, LHA U18AA, and that will show you the upcoming matchups with tomorrow's 2-game set. First one at 12:45 Eastern Time, second one at 8:20 Eastern Time. We'll play the Maryland Junior Black Bears, and we will play the Hollydale Hurricanes. So those are the upcoming matchups for now with my now trusty cameraman. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mike Bell jumps in, and big shout out and thank you downstairs to the boys working the clock. And the Fasten Master Coach of the Year, Lee Edelman, on the bench, running solo as his assistant coaches have all gone scarce for this trip to open the season. So head coach is running the show, and Mike and I will be running the camera from up here. Colonials get to their bench, Hawks get to their bench, and we'll be kicking things off here shortly. So we know nothing whatsoever about Atlantic Hockey Federation hockey, so your learning curve watching from home is going to be exactly the same as ours watching from here in the rink. We'll just be a tad bit colder. And nothing different as far as, hey, 17-minute periods, 2-minute minor penalties, 5-minute major penalties. Only 2 refs, not 4. So we don't have refs and linesmen. We just have 2 refs. And so here we go. Hawks come out fired up, and we're going to see what we got. As heading to the pipes for now, Easton Jones, as Blake Bell continues to start his rehab on his wonderful broken toe. I'll try and get you an update from Mike here during the course of the game when we get breaks in the action. We'll see how he's looking. Here we go. I'm excited. Let's get to playing some hockey. Mahalik will drop out, take the draw. Face-off comes down. Hawks chip it forward, played quickly by the VFCD. They go up the boards, body down on the far side, in deep. Here comes Heersink to play it back off and around. Good support from Spone. Mahalik will chip that up the boards. Gets headed off there. Spone works it up, not out. Jalota keeps it in. It'll be helpful for me in that Valley Forge does have their unis already compared to the Hawks, who are playing out of their camos until the regular season jerseys and name boards go in. So don't worry, all our players are not named Dietz. That would be very difficult. Sexton out now as their line comes out for defensive zone faceoff. 16:34 here of the period. We'll get our lines figured out, get our changes on. Will Pollen coming on here late as he gets a late matchup defensively. Maybe an issue with equipment there for Cam Fabrizio. And it's won there by VFC, and they play it in deep. Back around near side. Good breakout through the middle. Room for Ripley to skate. Tap through the middle. Quick feet. Here comes Sexton. Back pass. Shot. Oh, what a save. The goalie comes out to cut down the angle. But a beautiful work there as they pass that puck. And Sexton finds the correct angle. And Sexton's going to the box as we have a little contact after the whistle. And Sexton goes for cross-checking to the box. And we're going to have a defensive zone face-off and special teams at 40 seconds into the game. Colin will cool his jets there for 2 at 16:20. So just a little collision after the whistle. And the ref says no more. So Hawks on the PK, quickly cleared down ice and out. So Hawks, remember, no more icing penalties on the penalty kill. So Hawks can throw pucks deep all they want and then some pressure up high. VFC comes down the boards. Good poke check by Ripley, and he gets it up and out of the zone. Offside is the call at the blue line as Rips with a good poke check as he tried to enter the zone. Valley Forge stepping in. Face off for Ripley. Kick forward. Going far side is Getz. He plays it in. Simonek there. Getz comes up with it. Challenge. Good poke check made by the D again. Smart play and then a change for Heersink. As Valley Forge has to regroup back in their own end. 1:28 left in the power play. Hawks able to control. Sent deep by Pollen, forcing Valley Forge to regroup behind their own cage. And they'll sweep wide. Colonials come up. They'll go far side left. That stretches. That can be icing. And it is. And we'll get a whistle and a face-off at 15:31. Minute 12 left in the penalty kill for the Hawks on the 2-minute cross-checking minor. More of a ref set the tone moment, I think, than anything else for Colin. And here we go, offensive zone face-off. Puck comes down. Colonials try and go cross-ice. They find some room, waiting, regroup. Cross-ice pass comes through the middle. Missick forces across. Good step up there. Pushed off by Carmichael. Now dumped in deep and rimmed around. Far side, Carson Taylor steps into the body, shields the man off, takes the puck, plays it off the boards, deflects and gets out of the zone. One-man pressure here as it comes all the way down. That's Oxenreiter onto the puck. Good pressure and good support. Oxy tries to walk it out. Carmichael for a second on the puck. Comes loose to center ice. Quickly thrown deep again off the stick of the Hawks defender. So Ostad makes that play. And Hawks doing a great job killing this penalty thus far. Even get a shot, but it goes wide off the stick of Carmichael. Back around far side boards. Taylor's there. Throws it off a leg, but kept in by the Hawks. Knocked down off the body. Colonials try to break up the near side. Hawks back checking. Marks fakes the drop pass, tries to go around. Gets around Ostad behind the net. Good poke check made by the D. Taylor. Back in behind. Hand off there. Taylor punches it out to the corner. We're back to even strength as the Hawks kill it off nicely. Thrown all the way up high and out of the zone by the Colonials, so no icing there. Hawks will get fresh bodies as the Mahalik line will come out. Well, Mahalik and Missick will come out along with Halder. Good poke check loose. Missick able to wheel. He jumps through. Tries to split, gets knocked down. Good physical play from the Colonials. Back through the middle. Picked off and taken by Carter Ray. Gives off there for Missick. Missick back off looking for Ray. He jumps up offensively. He'll go back to Mahalik. Mahalik throws one towards the net. Just a toe pad save for the netminder. Back control by the Hawks. Missick walks wide. Fires. Scores! Up top shelf. Evan Missick puts the Hawks up 1-0. Perfect screen as he rotated out high above the dots. Used the defenseman body. Goalie never saw the puck off the stick. And Missick stays hot with a goal in every game we've played so far this season. So we can anticipate 67 goals for Mr. Missick by the end of the year.
On pace.
Colin Sexton, fresh out of the box with fresh legs. Face off one, goes out on the far side, Carter Ray. Ray will play that back, near side, swept by Heersink. He pokes that loose to the far side, chipped through the middle, knocked down and controlled nicely by Ripley. Almost dug through, but he couldn't quite find it on the toe drag. Good hustle over, though, by Nate Cardenas and Sexton. Hawks maintain control. Right now, Hawks winning puck battles. Colonials lose one there. They had a chance. Shot off the pipe. Goes wide outside, but stays in on the stick of Ripley. BFC does a good job. Colonials get it loose. Puck knocked down. Good aggressive play by Fabricio. Nice room on the wide side. Cardenas fakes the drop. Now goes back. Finds Sexton. Toe drag, loses it. Picked up by Ripley. Good puck support. Shot low. Pass save. Kick out. That almost went home on the grab. Puck all the way back, and you can see the Colonials scrambling right now under the pressure of the Hawks. Shipped ahead. Ripley in a one-on-one battle. Good job by the Colonials getting back. They play it free. Odd man numbers. Gonna have to back check hard here, boys. Stretching wide. Heersink pushes the man off. Shot through the crease. Gets through. Untouched there by Easton Jones as VFC tries to keep it in. Hawks regroup on the stick of Cardenas. He'll find room far side. Heersink. Heersink will flip that in deep and gain some room for a change as Ripley got caught in a long shift. Playing well. Good looking opportunities. Step up there on the far side by the D. Heersink's up high. Now pushing ahead. Onto the stick of Spone. Spone, drag move, gets knocked down. Carmichael there to support with Oxenreiter. Played nicely off the board to the point. Paulin back off with the man on the wing. Reversing, down low, Oxy. Oxy can't quite control. Gets it back. Jumps in behind. Oxenreiter can't center. Good stick by the defender. Hawks staying on it, though. Work loose. Hawks pressuring. Oh, misses the big check on Dunn. but Hawks still come up and in control. Oxenrider throws it down deep, follows with Mahalik. Mahalik, fresh off the bench, he wraps around, he waits, finds room for Ostad, but the net is off its moorings, and we get a whistle at 11:15 as an errant skate knocked that free. Errant skate. So Missick, Mahalik, and Robertson out, as we'll have some odd numbers in the rotation. Ostad on the back end with Pollen. Mahalik tries to win that back, gets knocked down off a stick, taken wide by the Colonials behind. They go far side boards. Pollen kicks it through. Reversal. BFC will try and find this near side. That comes loose. Smartly backed off there by Ostad. Mahalik gives that up for B-Rob. B-Rob walking in to the forehand. Can't get it through. Goes through the crease, but he gets pulled off. Loose up high. Mahalik steps through. Chopping back. Warman finally gets it in deep. First time BFC's seen the zone for a bit. And they have two players go into the end boards together. The puck's under the glove of Easton Jones. Calm and cool. 10:41 of the first period. Hawks leading 1-0 as the Colonials. Good to see the Hawks putting on some offensive zone pressure early. They're working. Face off down. Kick loose by the Hawks back. Played behind the net far side. Robertson is there. He'll back it off, play it off the boards. Far side Missick. Missick walks through the middle. Mahalik throws some traffic, gets Missick room. He'll wait. Throw it back in front. Mahalik pokes at it. Couldn't quite get it home. A nice save made. Back up loose at center ice. Hawks quickly control. Robertson plays hard off the boards. Kicks it loose. Down the boards comes Missick. Mahalik couldn't pick it up. Comes loose to the center. And Taylor is there to clean it up. Taylor waits. Does get back on side. Room for Robertson. Robertson slides through. Goes shoulder to shoulder. Gives it up for Missick. Missick fires. Score! Short side. 2 for Evan Missick. Check that. 69 expected goals on the season. Missick, nice short side win there. That's always the goalie. You get him leaning just a hair off that post, and being a goalie, Dad, you know that. Yeah. And you don't want him off that post, but you do everything you can to give him that little shoulder lean. And he found the short side hole, and Missick, goal scoring fella. Yeah. 2-0 Hawks here, 9:57 of the first. Puck banged in deep, slowed up by Jones behind his own cage. Taken off by the Hawks, working through the middle, driving up from the back end. There's a stretch. You got to stretch that. Sexton was off, but there's going to be an opportunity. That's where the D needs to look and get that headman pass. Good pickoff, though, and good defensive play. And there's room. Now you got numbers. 3-on-2 developing. Back low. Shot. Save made. Puck loose. Good walk-around move by Heersink. Backhanded out front. Chipped aside by the D. Ripley can't quite find it. And Colonials break out with numbers. Hawks are back checking hard there from Sexton. Knocks it loose. Far side Cardenas. He overskates. Colonials up high. Got look. Done. Fires. Blocked. And now an opportunity to break out. Here they come. Down hard on the left side. Ripley. He's going to walk in. He gives a pass off. Shot. Whistled over the bar. Heersink not happy. Thrown back down low. Chipped up and out of the zone. Owen back at his blue line spot. Feeds that through the middle. Finds Cardenas. Nate. Drag. Kept on side for Mahalik. Ripley. Drag, toe drag move. Goes wide. Looking. Throws it back to no one. And it gets shipped out of the zone. Back near side. Played up the boards. It's loose at center ice. Tapped over. Colonials. Stepping through. Ripley holds the man up. Chipped off to the near corner. I'm not sure if the Colonials have had a shot on goal yet here at 8:20 of the first period. Oh, couldn't quite chip it out. Hawks finally regroup behind their own end. Float that high, but it goes into the bench and out of play. As Ostad's floater finds the bench. Hawks will get regrouped. And defensive zone faceoff here for Mahalik at 8:08. Face off, one down by the Hawks, chipped off the boards. Colonials step up to keep it in. Ostad tries to jump it and does. Good look. Way to headman past that as that goes far side. Off the stick there of Halder. Ash takes it into the corner. Back up to the point. Picked up by Pollen. Snap that shot. He does. Stick save, backhand. Oh, couldn't find it. Hawks unable to control. Mahalik jumps it. Tap back, doesn't get through. Really nice look by Halder, though. Ash finally kept into the point by Pollen. Mahalik's there. He'll wait. Fires, whistles it up over the board. Got to find Pollen with that pass. That should have been the give and go. Now back far side. Ash goes across again and a quick finish for the Hattie in the first period. Natural Hattie. The first patch of the year goes on. Hat trick for Missick in the first at 7:30. I didn't throw Mike's hat on the ice because I didn't want to get a penalty for delay of game, but I thought about it. Here we go. Oxenrider will step in. Hawks with a 3-goal lead, courtesy of Evan Missick, and a whole lot of good work by the rest of the Hawks. That puck gets floated through and down ice, no icing. Back to play it is Taylor. Carson gets around one, but then not around the other. Good job as they fired on net. Save made by Jones. Backhanded towards Jones. It's loose behind the net. Taylor chips it out. That gets fired high. Big high stick. And played by Oxenrider, so it stays on and active. High stick is waved off, and here we go. Breaking up ice. Taylor gets up in the play. Carson waits. Centering pass. Good look. Save, score. That is just great positioning on the weak side post. As Carmichael follows up, you're going to get a couple of assists thrown in as Carmichael dials that one home, courtesy of Taylor. And I think that might have been Robertson up front. So I think it's Taylor and Robertson that get the assists. Carmichael gets the goal. Hawks go up 4-0. Someone other than Evan Missick finds the twine. Hawks with an impressive first period. They are pressuring Valley Forge. Ooh, that just got the butt end of the stick. That was dialed into the top corner, and the butt end turns it aside. Valley Forge goes far side. Good step on. Good stick defensively by Fabrizio. Mahalik's there to support. He's going to work it ahead. He'll come up. Finds Spone. Spone drives middle. Hands off for Mahalik. Mahalik fires. Glove save made by the netminder. I love the puck movement, the vision. I mean, you're only 3 games into the season, and these guys are finding each other. Yeah, it's really good stuff to see as lines shift a little bit. Face off here. Goes across, and Sexton had vacated that area, or he would have had another opportunity. Here's Sink. Shoulder shimmy and drives. Goes down the middle. Now it pulls up, waits, goes cross ice. Oh, unfortunate. He was trying to find Ripley. That went off the stick of Sexton. And look out as Valley Forge able to clear, but it goes down for an icing. At 5:57 here, the first. Hawks leading 4-0. No ice makes during this tournament at all. So, yeah, apparently no ice makes at all between periods. 3 straight periods of hockey. Sexton in for the face-off, wins it to himself, tried to go across. That's a patented Hawks play, but good defensive play by, and a tripping call is going to go against Valley Forge. So here they were with numbers, breaking out, back-checking hard with Sexton, but there was a little bit of a miniature 3-on-2 developing, and then he gets a tripping behind the play, and they find themselves shorthanded. Hawks find themselves on the power play for the first time. And we'll see what we can do, as conveniently enough, the last practice was all power play work before we coming out. So let's see if they learned something during the course of that practice on Wednesday. Face off one back, taken back up towards the point. Umbrella waits, hand it off. That's going to come out of the zone. Hawks have to regroup. Back with Heersink. He'll calmly kick it back. Let everybody get clear in the zone. Gelada. Gelato? No, Gelada. playing D there for the Colonials, but Sexton to go around him, hands that off, turnover, fired deep and on net. Slowed up by Jones, forecheck coming, and that'll just clear out calmly. Jones, really nice look there. See if he can stretch the man advantage by forcing the man in deep. Piersink will walk it on. He'll wait, fake, and then fire it towards the net. Deflects off a stick, goes high and wide. Tap back low. Cardenas is there. Nate tries to pull it off. He can come back to the point. Picked up by Sexton. Sexton cross ice, comes out of the zone. So far, things may not have been as clear on Wednesday's practice. No. Good pressure. I think Valley Forge is obviously stepping up here. They know they're in a PK situation. And on top of that, you're always a little salty when you see yourself go down 4 early. They're not going to make it easy the rest of the way. They clear that up and out of the zone. Hawks need to stay sharp, trying to read it. Stepped all the way across. Mahalik's got it, brings it on, waits, drag move, shot, whistles up over the bar. Lower, my son, lower. Back in behind. Carmichael tries to wheel. He gets peeled off, but fights through the check. Chips that back up towards the point. Mahalik's back. He keeps it in. Carmichael, look across. Doesn't have it. There he goes. Finds him now, and a good pass back, but in the skate. Couldn't quite save it, was Heersink. Mahalik back and covering, gets across, puts pressure on. 15 seconds left in the PK for VFC, and they like it being in our end. Hawks might have one more rush inside 10 seconds. Cardenas brings it on, waits, hands that one off. Shot, whistles high and wide. Kept in by Fabrizio. Heersink's had some looks. Oh, look at the man down deep. Ripley was all alone down in front. Ripley peels out of the corner with it, fires off the top of the bar. It is even strength hockey now. Hawks stay in the offensive end. Back towards the point. Cam's there. Fabrizio. Wait. Down the boards. Picked off. Taken by VFC, but not out. Hawks keep it in. Finally, the Colonials get it free and get it out of the zone. Look out. Good play by Cam as Fabrizio gets it ahead and brings it in. Backhanded deep on net. Goalie gloves it and holds at 3:16. About the only thing I can say is Hawks didn't capitalize on a power play chance so far. That's about all I can say. Is not even a negative necessarily. It's just something that didn't go their way. Everything else basically has.
Right, yeah. You got opportunities for sure.
Puck is back. Shot towards the net. Looking for something there was Missick. But gloved down by the netminder as he's tired of seeing pucks get behind him. Settling in and playing well. Face off won by Hawks. No, taken by Valley Forge. Colonials break outside. Dunn fires it in on net. Turned aside there by Jones. Controlled. Oh, back into the boards hard. It was Ripley. He's not happy. But he stays with it. Hawks pull the puck loose. Missick breaks it out. 3-on-2 potentially, but good back checking work. Missick tries to hand that one off and a nice read to turn it aside and see if they can get it loose and out. Hawks have to wait, and they're onside. Puck played off the board's far side. Through the middle, Spohn picks it up, chips that back to the D-man Ostad, plays that ahead. Hawks knock it loose, can't control. Here comes Spohn. Spohn challenged a bit, but still whistles a shot high and around the far side. Ostad thinks about coming over. Now he has to get back. Luckily, the front man can't control, so it goes all the way in on Jones, and Jones holds that under the glove for a whistle at 2:15. Stellar clock operating, dude. To do clock plus the screen, impressive. Shout out to my mom and dad watching at home. Christine actually made it down, so my sister's actually in the rink. I can see her over there with Candy. Hello to everyone else back in Denver that wasn't able to make the trip out. Hopefully the Carmichaels are feeling better and at least we're able to see their son score even though it wasn't in person. Back in behind, Sexton picks it up behind the net and plays it up to the point. Sexton gets to a touch pass back, looks, fires, glove save, nice. Big stretch by the netminder. Give him some props. He has really settled down after an onslaught, and he has made some nice saves, seeing the puck well through a lot of traffic. Sexton wins it forward. There's the pass. Oh, almost across. And that was the look. Ripley just outside of his reach. Valley Forge turning up the physicality as you would expect as they float that ahead. Glove down by Taylor. Shot towards the net. Kicked on by Ripley and a pad save made in front as he was behind everyone. Good work at the point, but better forechecking pressure. Hawks have to play it off to the near side. Misses on the pass through the middle of a Sexton as that hopped on him. Cardenas, though, with the right look. Sexton across. Ends up with the puck, plays it back, gains room. Dio goes to the near side. Taylor, nice little touch pass to himself. Gets ridden into the boards and chipped in deep by Cardenas as he'll go for a change. Taylor peels off, doesn't put the hit on. That gets thrown out of the zone all the way back. Carmichael's fresh on. Carms waits and gives that way for Carter Ray. Carter plays it off. Here comes Carms through the middle. Slips one, then swings wide. Carmichael, cut back middle, shot off the stick again and over the bar. Oh my, 2 butt-end saves in the same period inside the final minute. Nice move by Heersink, and now he'll give it up. No, he works low, fires, glove save, knocked down, loose puck, nobody in front. Fabrizio's shot goes off the glove. Backhanded down low, good shot by Oxenreiter, but it's a save made again. I feel like the Hawks have had about 20 shots in this first period. It has been an onslaught. And a 4-0 lead to show for it with 23.6 left in the period. Face off down, chipped up to the point. Colonials, nice job with the deflection out of the zone. Good back checking work there by Fabrizio. Just heady little bit of play there to get the puck back. Now out front, misses the man. That was almost an opportunity in front there for Oxy to get his first. Now, late goal is always good, but we're going to see clock wind down, and there's zeros and the end of the first period as the Hawks take a 4-0 lead here to the start of the second. Well, if you had to draw it up and you went on the road for the first time of the year in a new association, that's probably how you'd want your first period to go.
Yeah, that's right.
Hat trick from Evan Missick, add another one from Carmichael. All around, good solid puck pressure. Giving the D time to look and move and read the puck. Keeping pucks off of Easton Jones, making it easy on him, but still making a couple of saves in that period. So it wasn't like you didn't see any rubber.
Right.
But, just limiting chances. They didn't have any scoring opportunities in that period. And so the Hawks will go to the second.
I forgot how you did the time.
I think you go there, and then you do this. Hey, look at that. And then just touch the sign. Touch that. There you go. Here we go. It's all new to us. This is all courtesy of Brian Jones.
Yeah, Mr. Jones.
Magical. I tell you, so much better. Everything I've heard from my parents and other people is the YouTube feed is just head and shoulders better. And I got to try out my Wi-Fi extender for this one and got plugged in and got extra Wi-Fi strength. And I think that's showing a lot of strong bars as well. So pretty pumped that everything's working. Electronics have gone in our favor, which we know in past couple of years got worse and worse with season cast as time went on. So hopefully this is a sign of good things for the weekend and hopefully good things throughout the season. We'll see. There's going to be some times where we might get blacked out by Black Bear TV. Any rink that's owned by Black Bear Corporation, they have their own TV channels. They will not let you broadcast. But so far this weekend, we dodged it, so that's good. One in the second period. Colonials dump that in deep. Back behind his own net, chipped out far side, gets through one man. Colonials keep it in. Throw it towards the net. That swings wide at Easton Jones. Nice chip off the boards, and we got an opportunity. Tap. Oh, that was offsides on Ripley. Ripley just couldn't quite find it. D got just enough of that to slow it up and catch Ripley on the wrong side of the blue paint. Trying to tilt.
Yeah, just.
Let's see if I can loosen that a little bit to make the tilt a little bit easier. All right. Flipped up and out. Colonials look for that. Play down low. Paulin sniffs that out, and Will gets that free. Back opportunity. Cross ice pass. Couldn't deflect it on with Sexton. Good defensive play again by the Colonials. Sexton back covering, plays that one off. Will Pollen far side, chipped ahead, no touch. On net though, slowed up by the netminder and then covered as Cardenas hustling down forces the whistle and an offensive zone faceoff for the Hawks. Looks like the Mahalik line will come out. It's Mahalik, Missick, and Spone. Boy, if that's not a law firm, I don't know what is. Here we go. Face off, won by the Colonials, played around, but Missick jumps it on the near side board. He'll wait, go low. Mahalik kicks it off the skate, tries to give it back to Missick. Couldn't catch him cutting off the boards, and Colonials get it up and out as we get some players tied up. Scott tied up with Spone. Shot off the left-handed stick of Fabrizio. Goes just wide. Might have got a piece of his netminder. Missick comes out. He tries to get it across. Walks in short side close. Goes up in the air. Mahalik fires off a leg. He gets walked off the puck in the near corner. Puck goes around the far side boards. Through comes Mahalik with it. He'll go near side. Missick walks in. Can't get the shot off as he gets taken down. Mahalik waits and goes shoulder to shoulder and lays the man down. Puck gets taken all the way in. Back on the back end. D slips through. Look out. Chance to throw it off the boards. Jones doesn't like it and says, I'm going to cover. As Scott still wheeling in the area. 15-15 here, second period. Hawks 4-0. Colonials have definitely settled down and are getting to more of a stalemate on this game lately. So a lot of hockey left, so Hawks got to keep their foot on the gas. Face-off won by the Hawks. They play it ahead and get it up and out of the zone. B-Rob goes wide on the D-man. Then peels back, waits, loses the puck. Bouncing puck comes off his stick. Kept in by Taylor off the boards. Good position by the Colonials. They try to chip it ahead. And they get it up and out. Hustling back is Carter Ray. Carter reads it. Good support, forecheck pressure there by the Colonials. They make a steal. Oxenrider back there as Taylor ties the man up. Oxy's puck turned over. Colonials whip it back down deep corner. Taylor's there. Taylor, through the middle. Dangerous, but gets it free. Hawks at the front. Tipped ahead. Cross ice pass quickly on for Oxenrider. He fakes. Drag move. Gives it up for B-Rob. B-Rob fires. Goes wide. Colonials come out with it. 2-on-1. Rosenthal fires off the glove of Jones and goes up high over the bar. Things are getting up and down now as Colonials looking for that next one, obviously, to try and claw their way back in this. Carmichael flips that one in on net. Slowed up, gets behind and goes home as Carmichael gets his second goal as it goes off the stick of the netminder, up on end, rolls over and through the 5-hole for an unexpected tally after a really strong second half to that period. There's one he wants back. That's a tough one, but Carmichael gets his second of the game. Throw it on net, good things happen. And he is the beneficiary of that one. That's unfortunate, and yet fortunate all the same. We'll take it. Hawks go up 5-0. Hawks face off for Missick. He breaks some ankles on gets, and then fires, goes wide. Back loose, here come the Colonials. 3-on-2 developing. Forced wide by Pollen. Shot, whistles high and through the crease, and out to the near side. Cross ice pass. Shot low, stick down. Controlled still, done shot though. Fans partially. And then another one whistles high and well wide of the cage. That's thrown into the skates and a great pickup by Jones as he sprawls out and covers. He kicked that forward to himself off the skate or the left pad and then gets it covered. As Ripley, who was in front, didn't see, or excuse me, not Ripley. I don't know who was in front. One of our left-handed D didn't see that in the skates, but Jones did a good job picking that up. Clock's still running at 13 because it's a 5-goal lead in the second. That's why. So it's running clock, so don't shut it down. Shot off the stick. See, Easton Jones says, I can do that too. Puck on the near side corner. Hawks leading 5-0, so it turns into a running clock in the second and third period here in the AHF. If the score were to drop back to a 4-goal lead, then the clock stops. And our astute clock operators downstairs, volunteers, Matt Pollen, thank you very much. Donating their time. Hawks will get settled in. Sexton's face-off. Controlled by the Colonials briefly, but Hawks steal it back, and now goes wide. Cardenas jumping in. Nate off the pipe. Oh, he had a good look. Nate plays it around to the near side. Ripley looks, finds it. He's got a little bit of room. Throws it across the front, but nobody was up high in the slot. Knocked free. Smart for Fabrizio to wait. Puck gets turned over briefly, and now he'll play it back off. Nate brings it on. Nate Wait drops for Ripley. Ripley walks middle. He absorbs contact, fights two off. Tries to drag it back through, but chipped out of the zone by the Colonials. Hawks will just flip it back in. Sexton comes on. Ripley throws it back to the point. Heersing fights through a check. Gets it back low. Sexton could walk out front, but he gets stick checked and held up there. Kicked loose by the Colonials on the far side board. Missick, who's fresh on. Can't quite find it. That gets floated up and out and down ice. They'll wave the icing. Oh, no, they call it. And we'll come back down for a face-off as the clock winds down close to 11 minutes here in the second. Hawks leading 5-0. Mahalik face off back, controlled by Missick. He waits, goes back low. No, he'll find Mahalik, but it's late. D-man comes to him, and it gets through the skates and into the glove of the netminder. Carter Ray, fresh set of D. Ray and Taylor will come out. Mahalik looks, reads, surveys, and face off one back. At the point, Ray has it, plays it down the boards, chomping, bouncing puck. Oh, there's a hooking call all day long.
Wanted to write a definition on the book.
That is hooking. Stick in the body, the end of the box is 81, heads in for the Colonials at 10:20. They do stop the clock, I guess, for the penalty. And that'll help you catch up. Nice. And here you go. It's going to be right on the drop. You're right on schedule. It's funny how that works as the Hawks go back on the power play. Mahalik has to slow the man up. Instead, it gets shipped through and deep. Pollen, though, all the way back to control it. Will hands that one off for Ev. He's going to fly back up through the middle. Decides to go left side. Hands that off. Unfortunately, lost the puck, and we have to regroup as he needs to get back on side. Sends that deep and around. Rimming the boards. Carmichael comes down. Carmichael in. Nice pickup. He wants his hat trick, and instead he goes far side and feeds Ripley for the power play goal. Did Rips get that? Or did Carmichael get his hattie? I don't know. It looks like it was Carmichael, and he gets his hat trick. That is. We just don't have any hats to throw. Hawks go up 6-0, and the clock is running. Carmichael with a hattie.
2 hat tricks.
And Missick with a hattie. And here we go. Glove down by Sexton. Nice play. Tries to go around. Good D move as he just went ahead and got a piece of the body and slowed up Sexton. Sexton will come back for it, though. Breaking through the middle. This time he skates it on. Goes around one man through the middle. Shot. Couldn't get it off. Semi-fan. Then he tried to throw it in off the skate. We're going to get a hooking call that's going to go on the Colonials as he split the D. And he sends him to the box. .833 and counting. A little bit of frustration noise coming from downstairs on the Colonial side. Oxy's face-off, one back on the near side. Down the boards goes Spohn. Looking across. Oh, almost as Colin was cutting, but he couldn't get a piece. Instead, hustling back is Hearsing, and he gets in a little trouble, but escapes and then taps it. Good support on the back end by Oxenrider, and now numbers for the Hawks. Hawks down around Oxy behind the net, waits, goes high. I like to see Hearsing just uncork one, but instead he sends a beautiful feed across. Spone healed on the one-timer. Fakes a back pass there for Oxenrider. He'll get room around, finds back to the point. Hearsing waits, decides to go around one, snaps the shot. Save made as he goes down. Beautiful save by the netminder as Hearsing got all kinds of wood on that shot. Netminder felt that one. He's cringing a little bit. No. And now we got a trip call, and we got 5-on-3. 5-on-3. Carmichael taking the draw. Back to the near corner. Hawks 5-on-3. Mahalik comes down and keeps it in. Good hustle. Gets around one. Goes to the corner. Mahalik in deep. He'll wait. Fakes and goes wide. Far side. They should be 5-on-3. Scores. Should have been a 5-on-3, but we'll just give it to Fabrizio anyway. You can stay out now because one guy gets out. Ref never should have dropped that puck. That's on him.
Yeah,
that puck never should have gotten dropped because you're supposed to verify the number of players on the ice. That's not a penalty. It's an error by the ref. So they let them play with 4. They play with 4. Hawks still get a power play goal out of it. And Fabrizio's got his tally. Hawks to 5-on-4 now. They win it back. They're leading 7-0. Mahalik's going to take it, skate the middle. Evan works wide, hands off, pulls back, then reverses back low. Gains some space, finds room for Ripley. He goes near side Missick. Missick waits back, pulls back at the point. Mahalik back to Missick. Missick down low Ripley, but doesn't get it there. Ripley, good step out defensively by the Colonials. D as he anticipated. Now cleaned up and taken. Missick works low, shields off the body, gets hit. Mahalik comes in support, or excuse me, Carmichael does. Goes low for Ripley. Ripley will go back to the point. Oh, it goes off a stick. Good job by Missick to pick it up. Ripley looking for Mahalik. All kinds of room. Fires, pad save, fires again. Blocker save. He cannot believe it. He is snake bit to start the season with a big offer. Three seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Just peeling under 5 minutes left here in the second period. Hawks leading 7-0. Cam Fabrizio with his first tally of the season from the point on the power play. Offensive zone faceoff. Oxenrider couldn't win it through. Nice breakout by the Colonials. They'll go far side deep and around behind the boards. Back to play it. Carter Ray ties up the man. Puck is loose on the near side. Chip free. Back in behind. Carter Ray kicks it down in behind his own end. Hustling. Colonials get there first out front. Loose. Scores on the backhand. Very nice play in the deep end. And the Colonials find the twine. And it's 7-1. That was just where a man got lost behind the net and left alone out front as the offside D went down to him. You could have just left him there, but left the man alone in front, and a nice little backhand finish because that's a tough one. The netminder can't see that puck coming. So they don't know when that pass is coming out front. They're trying to get him out of the corner of their eye, and there's just not a whole lot they can do once it's on the stick out front to redirect. So nothing on Easton Jones there. That's just a nice play by the Colonials to make it 7-1. Hawks quickly through the zone, handed off Cardenas, now wide for Sexton. His shot blocked by Bender. Sexton able to keep it in. Puck finally thrown out by Bender to neutral zone. And Hearsink with it. He'll go wide. and backhanded in deep. Hawks will come on the forecheck, but slowed up by the netminder. Hawks chip it free. A nice little poke check by Sexton. And then onto the near side. Hawks with it. Waiting. Yep, get on side. And here comes Heersing jumping the play. He'll backhand it in behind. Cardenas comes down. Rocket around the near side, slowed up by Sexton and controlled by Fabrizio. Sexton with it. Gives that up. Back low, backhand shot. Cardenas can't find it, as that pad save turns him aside. Heersing, little quick sidestep move, backhands it ahead and deep. Cardenas is there. Nate, perfect out front. Sexton's deflected the shots. Nice defensive play made. And then Colonials try to send it out, but can't. They cannot escape the zone. Heersing walks around one, fires a shot off the glove that goes wide. Cardenas just sneaky, gets his stick in just at the last second, but Colonials are able to escape and clear it out. Hawks trying to catch him tired. They'll go far side. Can only get a partial change here as they're in that long change of the second period. Knocked down is Ripley, but he gives it up. Backhand shot by Missick is stick checked and never gets through. Puck comes back off the near side. Mahalik knocks that one loose. Bender with it. He gets poke checked at the center ice, and Hawks take back control. Flipped in deep by the Colonials as they need to get their change complete. Floater pass up and out, looking for Spohn. He controls it briefly and then finds it. Now Spohn looking for Missick. No, waits. Now finds him. No, behind. Missick has to slow it up. Missick and Mahalik. Mahalik's there. He takes it off the body. He'll try and sneak through. He stays strong. Oh, he fires it through the crease. Good body position and strong, but Spohn couldn't get a stick down on it. Missick's all the way back in a battle back there. He comes up with it. Backhand one's off of the D. Look out, big turnover. Backhand. What a save by Jones. Now back ahead. Comes up and out. Spohn, Mahalik, Missick. Missick fakes a handoff. Now goes low looking for Spohn. Turned over for the Colonials. 2-on-1 for the Colonials, but back checking Mahalik sweeps that away. He just beats one and goes wide. Now comes back in the middle. Drag step move off the skate. Hands it off. Blocker save made as Ripley got a nice look. Mahalik short side. No, he cannot believe it. What a save. I can't believe it. Back out on the far side. Ostad, though, keeping it in deep. Puck gets chipped out. The Colonials 2-on-1. Holland, though, quickly sniffs that out and chops it out of the zone. Missick swings wide. As time expires on the second period, Hawks leading 7-1.
It was doing everything right.
Nothing goes.
Can't quite.
That was an incredible save there made by the netminder at the end. I thought he was going to have one late. Hawks looking good, though. A couple of hat tricks plus one from Fabrizio, and you're looking at a 7-1 lead. Going to the third period, 17 more minutes, and time to keep skating, keep working, stay pressured, play 3 periods of hockey. Don't sit back because you got a 6-goal lead. You can play smart. You don't have to rush everything. I think one thing I noticed is with such hard forecheck pressure, we actually created some shorthanded opportunities, going the other way where they had odd man rushes. That we don't want to do. So we got to be smart at our blue line, smart as forwards, but not taking your foot off the gas as you're trying to make sure you're still putting forecheck pressure on, still creating offensive chances. But yeah, you start pushing so hard, everybody wants to score. And next thing you know, you're giving up a 3-on-2 the other way or a 2-on-1 the other way, and don't want to put Easton Jones out on an island for no reason. So Hawks will step up for the third period and see if they can continue to play with pace and play with heads up, good puck movement. The best thing about this game has just been the looks, the puck movement, finding each other. Yeah. And that is always encouraging early season. And that's just good hockey sense amongst the group. And I was commenting to Coach Lee on the bus ride yesterday back from dinner, just how connected this group. They're just chirping back there. It's just all these voices going on and laughing and talking, and it hasn't taken long for this group to gel together and enjoy each other's company off the ice, and it's paying dividends, I think, on the ice. Oh, there was an opportunity. That's luckily the D gets a stick on. Now a chance short side. Nice save made by Jones. Thrown back out front off a body. Flipped up in the air, but not out. Hawks under a little bit of pressure as the Colonials come on. Pushes one into the corner. Oxenrider under his skate, kicks it back for Heersink. He'll rim it around, and there's Carmichael able to break out. Carmichael waits, sends that one across. Can't quite control for B-Rob. And the netminder smartly pays it off his stick to the glove and covers at 16:20 of the period. One thing I have to say is it's awfully nice to come back from some altitude conditioning to play at sea level. The Hawks look fresh. Mahalik wins it through a cross. Oh, missing on the one-timer, and it doesn't go. Perfect play off the setup. Unfortunately, we're off. We got to back it out. Mahalik got slashed on that, so he comes to the bench early. Played off Sexton, challenging on Bender, and then support from Missick, but it gets punched out to the neutral zone. Hawks at their own blue line. Heersink with a little bit of time and space. Throws that back across. Controlled by Fabrizio. Up the boards clean. Tap loose, but too far out of the reach of Halder. And Colonials come back to the near side. Knocked down and taken away by Heersink. He'll find room on the far side. Cutting is Sexton. Cross ice pass. Fabrizio jumps up in the play. Airmails that over the bar. Colonials get it loose to center ice and dump that deep corner. Cardenas is back to play it. Nate. Far side, waiting. Slowing up is Heersink, then reverses in the corner. He's got two on, has to reverse back again. Fabrizio waits, hangs out, enjoys the show. Here comes Heersink, doing what Heersink does. And he walks in and he gets a beautiful shot off and a stick save made as the netminder stays on his spot. Heersink and Mahalik may be the two most frustrated guys with scoring opportunities today with nothing going. Ostad off his skate comes all the way back into the Hawks' end. Ostad finds room. Nate, though, off his stick, turned over. Cross. Now another look. Good job by the Colonials trying to create something, but that ends up going through the man, and now a breakout opportunity for Ripley as Ripley shields off the body, and then a perfect pass back. Shot. Cardenas buries one in the Valley Forge Colonial logo on the chest of the netminder, and it's out of the zone and back down into the Hawks' end. What a pass by Ripley. Beautiful look. Out in front, Hawks sniff that out, never gets in on Jones, and they're breaking the other way. Ripley back off, looks low for Mahalik, couldn't get it through. I like the idea. Puck is in behind. Ripley comes out on the far side. He'll dig it out. Throwing back across the middle, but Mahalik had trailed back. Colonials will try and get it up and out and do. Ostad back in his own end. He comes up onto the stick of Missick. Missick will walk the middle. Now down the left-hand side. Missick, stick handles in. Short side shot off the edge of the bar and up to the far glass. Mahalik gets pinned off in the boards. He'll kick it with his skate. Wants to send it low if he can. Missick wants to peel it out. Mahalik pushes it loose. Oh, tapped to free by the Colonials. Nice play. As they get up and out and dump it in deep. Coming around is Taylor. Carson plays it off the near side boards. Back checking there is Spone. He gets it up and out. Onto the stick of Will Pollen, who comes ahead. Pollen cuts middle. Tap loose. Mahalik kicks it to himself. Oh, bouncing puck. Couldn't quite control. Taylor with great help. And now Missick and Mahalik and Taylor. Mahalik back. Fires off the post. You gotta be kidding me. Back cross ice, in the skate, pulled loose. Missick fires high. Mahalik gets a bounce off the pad, and he makes the save. Oh my goodness. What a save as he kicked that left pad out.
That's gotta be what, that 4 posts
Yeah.
and a crossbar.
Proposed crossbar.
And two not at this.
And that would have made it 13. There is some puck luck that every goalie has to get, and no question, even though there's 7 in the net, he's had some good puck luck at different times in this game. Face off one back. Hawks try to fire one in. Good reach back there by B-Rob to keep it in the zone. Room to walk in. Keeps walking. Oh, opportunity. I really wish he would have just shot that. I think he almost took his angle away. But instead, Carmichael trying to make the pass out front. Bodies were sprawling. So now Carmichael gets taken off the puck. Oh, what a keep by Carter Ray as he kept it in the zone, working tight at the blue line. And Carmichael continues to battle. Colonials flip it up in the air. Carter Ray can't find it as it bounces clear and gets back down to the Hawks blue line. Carmichael slows it up, controls off the boards. Room to pick it up as Oxenrider, but just off sides on the far side is Carmichael. So we'll have a whistle, line change. 10:36 and winding here in the third. Hawks leading 7-1. So tomorrow, folks, 12:45 Eastern Time, 10:45 Mountain, 9:45 Pacific. I'm not going to even tell you what time in Guam. I don't know. But the Hawks will be back on the ice. Centering pass. Ripley couldn't quite get it clean off the backhand. Fabrizio go down the boards. Rips can't handle it. It kicks off his skate. And this is where you don't get the benefit of that ice make. Third period, you get so many choppy bounces of pucks like that just because there's so much snow on the ice. Good pass across and a nice goal as Sexton sets up Ripley, top cheese, to make it 8-1. So Ripley gets one. He stays getting goals in every game we play as well.
That's right.
Mahalik's faceoff comes down, gives it free for Missick. Missick walks it around. Good poke check, trying to send it back off for Halder. Mahalik picks it up, shot in close, another nice save as the netminder holds on and covers. I don't want to know how many shots on net Evan has in this game. He's got to have a dozen. Face off down, comes loose. Smartly backing off there is Heersink. Colonials bring it down, then pull up, waiting for support. Throws it towards the net, picked off. Heersink read that well. He's up with Mahalik. Heersink and Mahalik. Mahalik runs traffic for Heersink. He'll drop back. Cross ice pass, one-timer. Hammered high and wide off a Missick's stick. Oh, turnover by the Hawks. Back pass. Trying to get through the middle, chopped at, and luckily gets out of the reach of the stick of the Colonials man and then ridden hard in the boards by Fabrizio. Ouch. That's going to leave a mark. Flipped up and out and off a skate boot. Opportunity to clean things up there, bringing it on. Hawks walking in close, shot whistles high and wide. Back to come on the ice is Paulin. He keeps it in. D just jumping up in the play. Paulin, wraparound, save made. Back up at the point, Fabrizio. He waits, throws it down low, nobody home. Good poke check, though, made by Paulin, trying to keep it in. Mahalik's back to pick it up. He'll reverse and come back down the middle. He's got one to beat. Short side shot blocked off. Nice skate by the defender. Mahalik tries to go through one, bodied down. That's a good D play. Puck gets chopped back. 7:27 left. Hawks hand that one off. Will Paulin with it. Man comes on. He is able to get past one. Fortunate there. Now it's up and out. Carmichael brings it in deep. Turned over there, but good forecheck pressure from the Hawks. Carmichael right back on it. Tries to go out front for B-Rob. Couldn't quite settle it. Ostad reverses out on the D and perfect play off Carmichael. Unable to keep it, but good puck support by B-Rob. Shot just goes wide and it's covered up by the netminder. That's just really good hockey there. At the blue line, fights it on, keeps it on, loses it on a poke check. B-Rob right there in support, swinging through. That's just good, smart, heady hockey.
Good, smart, yeah.
Creates a scoring chance. Oxen Riders face off, played ahead by the Colonials. Carter Ray keeps it in. Carmichael unable to get it across to another camo jersey, but the Hawks quickly regroup, and here comes Oxy. Oxy's passed through the middle. Carmichael slowed up by the D, couldn't get the deflection. Puck comes out. Colonials looking to get ahead. Thrown loose. Colonials find it. Shot. Save made by Jones. Beautiful save by Easton. Puck back out on the far side. Oxen Riders. Shot. Glove down. Still loose. Thrown back out towards the front. That's an interesting approach. But now behind the play, you got a breakaway. Gets. Moves. Save made by Jones. 5:43 left. Cross ice pass. Colonials go to a high point. Back across. Colonials' first one there is Bender. Bender tries to walk through the man. They come together. Bender, frustrated, throws a couple of sheep shots in the back there. But that's okay as we get a whistle and the net's off its moorings. 5:13 and winding. Hawks with an 8-1 lead late in the third, winding down through 5 minutes. They try the same play through. Hawks sniff it out. That gets chipped hard off the boards, down ice for icing. Didn't touch the glove of the defender at the point. Now they're looking for the far side breakout, right? So this would be the in-zone breakout play. Send the winger up the far side. That might be Ash Halder on the breakout. Mahalik tries to win it back, but then it's snuffed out and sent towards the net. Hawks, though, luckily enough, control. And now we're out on the stick of Spone. Spone wheels and carries. He tries to get around the D. Good body position by the Colonials. Halder comes in support. He goes down. Colonials come back up into center ice. Mahalik taps at the stick. Shot towards the net, but offside as he just slowed the man up enough. And Wilson gets caught. Face off outside the Hawks blue line here. Sexton, Ripley out there, along with Cardenas. Nate was pushed up by, oh my. Head of steam there for Heersink. Unfortunately, Nate didn't drag the skate long enough as Heersink made a quick move at the blue line, and Nate reading the jump. Heersink was cooking. He was going to go. Yeah. Face off down. Ripley walks across, cleans that up, takes it in the zone. Back pass off for Sexton. Shot off the post again. We just keep hitting posts all day. Dang, this is crazy. We might end up with double-digit posts by the end of this one. One forward by Ripley. No, couldn't control. Sexton supports, gets it loose. Ripley sends it around on the far side. Nate comes across. Backhanded ahead. Gets through everyone. Nice little deflection made by Colonials, but Heersink's back. Slows things up. Chops that free, and now Heersink's going to run. Looking across for the cutter. Oh, but then it gets turned over onto the stick of Ripley. Ripley back off. Sexton, good stick check by the Colonials. Sexton has to regroup back at his own blue line. Puck poked free. Stood up by Heersink. Puck gets knocked in deep. Hawks quickly float that to the near side point. Through the middle, trying to get in behind. Nate goes down in shoulder to shoulder with Braun. Then a quick short side shot. Nice save by the netminder on his post. He was having nothing of that. Had 150 left. Oxenrider, face off down. Was going to win it back, but it gets won by the Colonials. They'll come around to the near side. Colonials get it in deep on the far side, slipping in behind Jones, but there to cover is Paulin. Will goes into the corner, battling shoulder to shoulder. Colonials come up with it, reverse it back down deep, stepping out into the glove of Jones. Shot deflected off the D-man stick. Jones able to track it as we're inside the final minute of what looks like an 8-1 win for the Hawks, potentially looming if they can stave off this defensive zone effort. Around the boards, comes up point, Dunn fires it in deep, knocked loose. Oxy comes out with it. Nice little touch pass from Ostad to Oxenrider. Oxenrider, though, gets swept down. Played around the near side by the Colonials. Paulin comes all the way up. Is kept in. Paulin's got a chance. He's going to look across. Shot goes up high and wide as he gets knocked down. Carmichael, he trips up and goes down. Hawks, though, control. Swipe through the middle and taken down. I think that was missing. He got leveled. No, Oxy got leveled, and instead gets kicked in off sides by the Hawks. Time expiring, 2-1-0, whistle and buzzer. And you can watch the Hawks celebrate an 8-1 win here to open up their Atlantic Hockey Federation season. Well, it's always fun to see a lot of goals go in as fans. But I think the best thing about that game was the constant pressure, constant effort. They did not get sloppy and stop playing or stop working. And that's probably the most enjoyable thing about it. So a nice solid 8-1 win, and looking forward to tomorrow. Let's not get too full of ourselves. There's a lot more hockey to play and a lot more teams to see. So enjoy it for tonight. Enjoy that nice big Italian dinner that's coming. And folks, we'll see you guys all at 12:45 Eastern time tomorrow. Hawks win 8-1. Talk to you soon.